Hey guys, just thought I'd be back for another video. It's been a while since I made one. So I thought, why not? I'm just out for the day near the castle, Rochester Castle. So I was thinking about conspiracy theories and creative thinking and how it ultimately has protected me and has protected you for what we're going through now. Because like when you look back, well, when I look back, I know I'm not like ashamed of my ability to take on new ideas about what reality is, both like in the unseen and the seen. So like, I'll explain what I mean. Like, back in my 20s, when I first came in contact with the Internet of Things, like I got my laptop when I was 27, that's the first time I actually, as I've said before, looked at the internet, and it changed me. But I wouldn't say it actually changed me, it just helped expand my creative thinking even more. Because I've always been this way, I've always been a creative thinker like you. So what happened was, one way of looking at it was like a creative exercise. Because I look back at my David Icke days, and I took all of that on board, what he was saying and other people were saying. And my mind is like infinite. You cannot overload me with information on any topic, no matter how strange it is. I've always got room for more, and I won't freak out, and I won't stall, and I won't get afraid, and I won't go, oh, I'm sorry, this is just too much for me. You can throw everything at me. And so that's what was happening in my 20s. You have, like, for example, David Icke. It's like a squirrel in a tree there. David Icke saying, okay, the unseen, you have lots of different dimensions, and this reality is not solid like you've been told, and there's lots of different realities out there, and I don't know, your DNA is like a antenna, and your nervous system is, and you can connect with all different types of realities that are happening at the same time as this one. And so the matrix, he calls it, is much vaster than we are told to believe. And there's lots of entities out there, that you can't see with your human eye, but they're there. Sometimes you can. Some are good, some are bad. And there's bad ones, and they take a reptilian form. And some are extraterrestrial, ET. And there's other ones like the grey aliens, and they're genetically engineered by the reptilians. And there's other ones, there's greys, there's people that look blonde, blue-eyed. And they're in contact with your government, and your government is like listening to the bad ones, and then they're trying to poison your food, etc., and they're trying to give you poisonous shots, and so you mustn't take the shots, and there's you must try and eat better, and etc., etc. And I thought I was absolutely fine with that, and it prepared me for now, because what I did was, really in my mid-30s, I kind of took all of what I was looking at and I trimmed it down and I patched it up, meaning I looked at the stuff that didn't logically make any sense and was probably nonsense, or there was no evidence for it, so I didn't overthink on it, and I kind of put it out of my mind, really. I kind of looked at other people. Well, Thomas Sheridan helped me kind of put me back down to earth a little bit and realise that there's probably no evidence for this, and it doesn't matter if it's not true. But it still served its purpose as a creative project for my mind and my psyche, and that has helped protect me and helped me make practical decisions that have helped protect me and lead me where I am today. And it's been the same for you. So if you kind of look back, and maybe you dabbled in ideas like flat earth briefly, I didn't, but say if you did, or I don't know, like the idea of giant trees, like certain cliffs and stuff are like, I don't know, remains of fossilised trees. Even if that's nonsense, it's still a creative idea. It's still a what if in your head. This, as they say, it helps expand your mind, doesn't it? And they say it helps build new pathways in your brain. Neural pathways are what it's called. And that is healthy and it's good. And it keeps you going and it invigorates you and it keeps you more, it raises you energetically, you know, it keeps you ahead of the game, really. And I think with me, with you guys, when they rolled out the Rona 2020 agenda and they tried to put their idea of new normal on you and me, we were absolutely not surprised in the slightest that they were doing this. And because we have that expansive mind and awareness, full of ideas and the possibilities of what if, we were able to step out of it and see it for what it is and make the choices that we made. Somebody that laughs and calls me conspiracy theorist, they don't have the tools to make the right choices, and we do. So that's what I just want to say. Like, when you look back and you think of yourself like, I don't know, really being a little, not fanatical, but really into like reptilians, and you were looking at loads of pictures and you were going, which ones are in charge, you know, and do the Greys really run the reptilians, or are the Greys running do the reptiles really run the Greys, or are the Greys running the reptilians, and are they rebelling? You know, even when I was looking at characters like people that said they had abductions, and they were giving in details about how the Greys are like setting up a kind of plan to break free of the reptilian masters and all this stuff. It's a creative idea in your head, you know, as long as you don't get obsessed and fanatical, you know, because then you can get afraid of it. And then when you get afraid of it, that's when it becomes negative. If you're not afraid of it and it's just interesting ideas, then that is expansive, and that expansion of your creativity in your mind, that protects you. That definitely does protect you. Yeah, and I think that's why we're all here today. So don't be ashamed when you look back on the stuff you were looking at. You can chuckle, but it was part of your evolution that led you to now, I think, to the choices that we made in 2020 and the rejection of their new normal. All right, that's enough for today. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Cheers.